Welcome to Laundromat News today. I've got to be, at this point in time, I've got to be one of your top 3 favorite Laundromat News anchors by now. Like, I'm not even sure that there are 3 or even 2, but I'm hoping that I'm in the top 3 for you. And if not, you got to let me know what I can do to crawl into that top 3 slot for you on Laundromat News anchors. All right. And here's the bottom line is that I'm number 1 in my mom's book, and that's all that really counts to me. But I'd also like to be top 3 in yours. All right. We've got a lot of big stories this week, a lot of really good stuff happening in the industry, and a lot of interesting things going on. Before we jump into it, I just wanted to say, hey, if you're out there and you've got news, big or small, laundromat related, drop us a line, news@laundromatresource.com. We love to feature you in next week or a future week's episode. So news@laundromatresource.com. If you're a company and you've got some news to share, news@laundromatresource.com. If you're a laundromat and you've got something fun and exciting or innovative or anything like that happening at your laundromat and you want to share it, we'd love to hear it. News@laundromatresource.com, and we'll get you on the air. All right. Let's jump into the first story where EVI Industries is back at it again. They have acquired ASN Laundry Group. It's a New York-based distributor of commercial laundry products, and they provide related technical installation, maintenance services, things like that. This is EVI's 31st acquisition in the commercial laundry distribution and service industry. 31st acquisition. So they're making some big moves here and really consolidating the distributorship of our equipment. So it's really interesting. We got to keep an eye on what's going on over there. They're really trying to position it as the consolidation as a way to not just grow their business, but it's about, this is according to them, it's about investing in people. They're buying what they hope is our trust and relationships and expertise of the distributors and the relationships they have with us. So that's what they're trying to do. It's interesting. And listen, EVI, if you're out there and you've got some grand plans and you're listening to this, we'd love to hear about how this is benefiting us as owners too. Listen, I'm hoping you guys have got some good stuff in store by acquiring all of these 31 plus and counting acquisitions here. So let us know, man, because I'd like to know what's happening. You've got some unique positioning happening where you can make some really big moves. And speaking of big money moving into our industry and continuing to do so, Tide is back at it with 4 new locations in the LA market. It's actually Tide Cleaners, but Tide Cleaners, I feel like, is paving the way for Tide Laundry to move into markets as well. So right there in LA, a few more locations happening with Tide Laundry. Now, listen, big money is moving into our space, not just on rolling up distributors, not just on bringing in, name brand franchises like Tide and like Kathy Ireland Laundry, not just in creating software companies like Sense, but also in rolling up laundromats. Now, there's some challenges with that right now, but that's going to gain steam as we continue to go on. That consolidation of laundromats is going to gain steam. So we've got to keep an eye on where the big money is going and what the big money is doing so that we know how to respond as the independent owner and operator. So keep an eye. EVI Industries making moves again. Tide Cleaners making moves again. But listen, let's move away from the big money out of the industry here for a second, and let's get a little more local. Let's head over to Nebraska, where actually there was a huge fight that happened in a laundromat in Nebraska. And the reason I bring it up is because in this particular fight, a washing machine beat the snot out of a handkerchief. But that was pretty good, though. Come on. That was pretty good, at least in relevant in relationship to all the other jokes. Not too bad, right? Come on, give me some credit there. I worked really hard on that one. Okay, let's move on from the fake news right back to a really cool story. Actually, most of the time when I see these articles or I see, the news coming up, unless somebody emails me at news@laundromatresource.com with the news, I read all of those thoroughly and report on them accurately, and as always. But a lot of times I'm skimming the stories, looking for the main points, looking for the highlights, and butchering them in my own words, right? However, I did read, there's a post in, or an article in the Men Post, and it's an opinion article, but it was really good. And it's titled "Finding an Urban Escape in Laundromats Whose Owners Care About Community." And if you've listened to any of the podcast episodes or the news episodes or any of that stuff, you know that I am all about us achieving financial freedom, leaving our 9-to-5s, getting our tax breaks, building our wealth, all that stuff, while being able to make a difference in our community. And I think that's a unique position that we have as laundromats, and we should be taking care of it, taking care of business in that way by taking care of our community, right? So this article is actually really well written, and it's actually very insightful. He talks about how these laundromats in and around Minnesota are making a difference. And there was an interesting little paragraph where Bill, what's his name? The author, Bill Lindecki. I'm probably butchering your name, Bill. I apologize, but I think it's Bill Lindecki, who he has this paragraph which I thought was like really insightful, and there's some things all throughout the article. He talks about what he likes about these laundromats that he's highlighting, but he says some of my favorite laundromat qualities: buildings extending right up to the sidewalk. You may or may not have a choice on that. Buildings with lots of windows, laundromats within walking distance of a corner store or a coffee shop, laundromats with the right kind of lighting, and ideally a place to sit outside on a nice day. Like, very insightful. But he goes through and he talks about how these various laundromats are making a difference in the community. He also highlights one that took over a space where a corner store used to be. It was a notorious corner store where, it was famous for drug dealings happening there. And this laundromat came in, cleaned up the place, and really just made a huge difference in that community, got rid of that drug problem in that corner. Very cool. So again, we can make a huge difference. And Bill took some time to write down why he appreciates you guys who are out there doing a great job of taking care of your communities while building the lives of your dreams. Isn't that not what we all want to do? I love it. Okay, let's keep the good feelings rolling and talk about Laundry Cares Foundation and Alliance Laundry Systems. They're hosting a free literacy and laundry day, September 23rd at Flash Laundry in Greenfield, Wisconsin. And I heard a little like a Wisconsin accent came out accidentally there. Wisconsin, Greenfield, Wisconsin. Free literacy and laundry day. And again, another cool opportunity that we have as owners to be able to make a difference in the community. This one actually kind of hits me right in the feels a little bit, because right now my daughter, who's almost 12 years old, she is engrossed in books right now. She's just loving reading. She's reading like novels longer than I've ever read before in my life, 500 and 600 page novels, and some less than that. She's written one book. She's 30,000 plus words into her second book. She's just about to turn 12 and is just loving this. So I just, opportunities to come in, put a smile on people's faces, giving them free laundry, meeting that need where it's at for a day is great. And then being able to foster literacy, the love of reading, the love of literature and of novels and of learning. I just think it's such a cool thing that we have the opportunity to do stuff like that in our little community businesses that we have, some bigger than others, but still community businesses. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of making a difference in people's lives. It really does matter. And let's wrap this thing up with you've got to have plans in October and or in November. October 5th and 7th, the Laundry CEO Forum is happening. You should be there. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it. I'm not putting this on. I don't get anything for saying that. I just genuinely think you should be at the Laundry CEO Forum. It's October 5th and 7th, 5th to the 7th in Dallas. Waleed Cope still holds the prestigious title of longest podcast episode, but also one of the most popular podcast episodes. And he's got his own platform, the Laundry CEO platform. But he's hosting this Laundry CEO Forum. I will say that it was, and I've said this a bunch of times already, last year's event was probably the best laundromat conference I've been to. And listen, this year, I know I just got off the phone with him yesterday. He's determined to make it even better this year. I have no doubts that it will be even better, which means that you need to be there October 5th to 7th, Dallas, Texas. So check out laundryceo.com to go get registered, reserve your seat for that event. And if you're not going to be there, or maybe if you are going to be there, there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't take advantage of Laundromat Accelerator Hawaii, which is your opportunity to dig deeper into your business by getting in the room with just some high-level thinkers in this business. Now, I haven't disclosed everybody who's going to be there, but Ryan Borneman of Fresh Leads Marketing is going to be there. He's spilling all the marketing secrets. He's promised me that he's not going to try to sell you. He's just going to try to help you with your business. I will be there. You'll be introduced to some other people who are going to be there along the way. And then we might have a surprise guest or two as well. And the whole point of this Laundromat Accelerator Hawaii is to help you level up your business. We're going to work hard that weekend. It's not going to just be us standing up front, telling you things about your business. It's going to be us digging into your business with you and helping you figure out how to take it to the next level. And we've got some strategic partners to help us do that. So I'm super excited about that. Laundromat Accelerator Hawaii. That will be November 21st through the 24th. Again, we're going to be in Hawaii, so it's not going to be all work. We're going to work hard, but we're going to play hard too. So check out laundromatresource.com/Hawaii. I should mention that event is going to be super limited on spots. We're only letting 20 people in because, again, we want this to be a very personalized experience for you. We want you to walk away with strategic insights and strategic actions to take in your business following that trip. So we're keeping it super small. It's not full yet, but there's more than a few, but not very many spots left for that trip. So again, laundromatresource.com/Hawaii to check out Laundromat Accelerator Hawaii. And need I just mention that both of these trips are tax write-offable. Okay, so take a trip to Dallas, learn a bunch about laundromat industry and the laundromat business, level up your business out there in Dallas, or come on out to Hawaii, hang out with me, hang out with Ryan, hang out with the rest of the people we've got coming out here, some high-level thinkers in this business, and maybe just spend some time hanging out in Hawaii, all tax write-offable. All right. That's all I got for you. Hope to see you in Dallas or in Hawaii. And that's it for Laundromat News today. Make sure that you're sending us your news stories, big and small, news@laundromatresource.com, and we'll see you next week.